Hello,
Hey,
Mel.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So,
Thank you for having me.
you are most welcome. I'm enjoying this book, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so
The
glad.
Cure of
Yes.
Us. I'm 50% in. So,
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? Is this bigger?
That
Is
indeed.
this a bigger? And they are bickering. Well, welcome to Pop Your Shit.
I'm ready. I'm so excited to be here.
No problem. So, if you guys don't know who this young lady is, I can say that right because I got somebody pull me together. So I'm asking everybody, even if I know.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you guys don't know who this young lady is, this talented, beautiful person, this soul child got me in these biggers. This
You
is
just
the
won that
talented
race.
Monique Good. Miss Ma'am, let's talk about it. We're not gonna get this book away because I think people need to read it.
Okay.
But the bigger is bickering up in here, and the sapphic. They doing a little
Yes,
bit. They
yes,
doing some
definitely.
things.
Definitely Sapphic Vampire is my first book, so I'm so excited. Sapphic romance, vampires, forbidden love, mafia. They're dealing blood. And this is the first book of my Blood Money series, so it's really like getting y'all not in dice, but like intertwined into the universe of what's going on and what's going to happen down the line.
So, is this your first book? Because this is the only thing I found on Amazon.
Yeah, it's my first book. It came out in March, so this is my first published book.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
you on to something.
Oh, you think so? I
You
hope so.
on to
I'm glad
something.
you are enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying
You are on to
it.
something. So let's talk about Sage.
Okay.
So my question is, I'm just because I'm curious. I was talking to my sister about this. So she was like, "Is she male presenting? Is she male presenting?" Because I couldn't figure out the when she put on her clothes. It seemed like
Mhm.
she put on a suit when she
Yeah,
dressed
yeah.
like her brother.
Yeah, so she's kind of like what you would call a stud in the lesbian world, very
My
masculine
sister's a stud, so
presenting.
I get
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's masculine presenting, but she's kind of like embraces her femininity. So
okay.
you may see like she's kind of like sometimes she might act like one of the girls and kiki with her brother, but she always loves to be very dapper, very like gold chain, white beater, kind of like a thug sometimes in the streets. So yes, she is a stud.
So my sister, because I was asking her, and I was like, is she a stud? I'm gonna read this direct. Let me read this to you." She was like, "Girl, I ain't got time for that shit." I said, "No, for real. Let me read this part to you because I just want to make sure I'm understanding." She was like, "She said they biggers." I said, "Yeah, they biggers."
They niggas. They wearing gold. What do you call it? Fronts and stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted to create something that because I love urban fiction through and through. Like I love urban fiction, and I wanted to tie it in with sapphic romance because I didn't really see a lot of sapphic
Right.
mafia romance, and then I love vampires. So I was like, why not? Let me just throw all that chaos into one. So I was
Yeah.
like, let's do it.
So there is a pandemic, basically, and
hmm
people are getting infected, and the vampires are unaliving. I can't say that. Well, I
Yeah.
guess they're dying. I hope they don't take us off because you can only say certain words
hmm
from this infection, and they are there to watch the vamp daughter because she always into some stuff.
She's always getting
Okay,
into shit. Yeah.
so with that premise, I think y'all should read this because I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, hey, kisses, hold on, wait a minute, huh? Oh,
Yes, it's
let's
a bit
go.
chaotic starting off, but like it really I wanted to create a story that was romance, but also like there was some stuff going around to
Mm-hmm,
make sure that there was a reason why these two came together.
mm-hmm,
So I feel like it made sense. Okay, well if there's vampires being affected and it's affecting their not their race, but their existence, and then we have like the cartel who is kind of being affected financially. How can we bring these two together to work together? And I was like,
mm-hmm.
oh well, if the kingpin's not going to trust the head of the vampire society, how are they going to come together. So I wanted to bring their daughters together and have this unexpected chemistry.
Why is it important that we tell this story? And don't think I'm mocking. I just want to
Yeah,
make a point. Why
yeah,
why is
yeah.
it important that we tell stories of queer women, queer men? I'm not saying that's all that's going on in this book. Y'all
Hmm.
have to read it to find out. But why do we tell stories of queer love? How important is that for you?
Yeah, I think it's really important because I myself, I'm a black lesbian woman, and I feel like growing up, it was I didn't find any queer stories because growing up, like in the '90s, it wasn't something that was talked about a lot. It was very taboo, and at least it was very hard to even find like black romance novels in your libraries. So I found coming up like, okay, this wasn't really thought of something to look for because it just wasn't there. So until I would say in the past 3 years, I really saw that there was black queer romance stories. I was like, what? This is a thing? And I realized that there wasn't a lot. So I think it's important because we need to feel represented. Also to see that we're not like just a monolith. I think sometimes we think that queer people look a certain way.
Right.
A lot of times we may see a lot more gay black men being represented on mainstream television and not a lot of black feminine women or black masculine women.
Hmm.
So I think it's important to see the dynamics in that to show that the love is can be deep and can be intimate and it's not all about lust or being sexualized like the media does oftentimes. So to see that we are out here, we are living our lives, we love to be sexy, we love to have fun, and we're not a monolith.
I was My sister and I, we have these conversations with obviously
Mm-hmm.
my younger sister. She is a lesbian and she's a stud. Okay, but we talk about, and I know this is a little bit off course, but it does relate to the book world to me. We
Yeah, for
talk
sure.
about representation. Like we were talking about pronouns, and I was like, okay, so when do I what? Because someone got offended because I asked their pronouns. I said,
Hmm.
"What are your pronouns before I address you?"
Right.
And she got highly offended. I'm a girl. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that I understand. Everybody's different, so I
Hmm.
don't want to be offensive to anyone. So I was asking my sister. I said, "Well, bitch, what is your pronouns?" She said, "Bitch, I'm a girl." She said, "If you say bro, I'm not gonna be offended. But if you say girl, sis, whatever, I'm not offended." But some people are so highly offended
Hmm.
with pronouns. Would you dive more into that just so for the education of it?
Yeah. So I myself, I identify as a woman. I resonate with the she her pronouns. I think because the pronouns are something they've been around for a long time. When I think about like the transgender community, but I wasn't really well versed back then. But I think now that we're coming into a time where representation is important, a lot of LGBTQIA people are stepping up and rising up. I think there's a lot of education behind it.
Yes.
And I think with rights being kind of you have your rights, you don't. I think there's a lot of conversation of, making sure that we do feel like people are being represented, making sure they're being acknowledged. So I think pronouns are a conversation just to acknowledge the full being of the person.
Hmm.
I know for me personally, I don't get offended, but I also know for other people they do. So I think it's just a personal preference.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's not important to ask because some people do identify that way. They may look presented like me, but they may identify as non-binary or their pronouns could be they or them. So I think it's important to ask and it's up to the person on the receiving end to express their what give them the room to actually acknowledge if they want to share that with you or not. So I think it's a
Exactly.
conversation that's ongoing to educate and to really give space for liberation and acknowledgement.
And my thing is, don't be so offended if someone does not know. I particularly didn't know because I'm trying to be correct. I don't want anybody to feel excluded out of any conversation. So if I know, then I'm going to go forth and say they said, or she said, or he said, or they don't want to be. They want to identify as a cat. I don't know. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just tell me so that I know how to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
because I might say, well, girl, sis say X, Y, and Z, and you will
Mhm.
like, I'm not a sis, but I just tell me. And
Yeah, yeah.
so sometimes when people get offended, I know you might be tired of explaining, but not everybody knows.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm learning too. Like, even being in the community, I don't know much about pronouns or, gender identity things and blah, 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 I'm stuttering, and things like that. So I try my best to be educated so I can inform others or at least acknowledge. Because even there's sometimes where I might be in a situation where I'm like, I don't know what you identify as. I'm not gonna assume. So I'm just gonna ask, or maybe I'll just use something vague like, "Hi, how are you?" or use your name if I don't feel like asking.
Yes,
But I
yes.
think it's all like a communal learning, even outside of the LGBT community. Like, we're all learning together, and I think we all need to just, have some grace and compassion and
Exactly.
give each other room to learn from each other. Because I know it can be very sensitive on the other end as well
Yes.
as to why it might, come off as wrong. But I think because we're all just eager to learn, we just want to make sure we create a safe space for both parties.
Um, I would love to see more of that in books.
Mm-hmm.
Only, and I say that because you can learn so much from a book, even if it's fiction.
Yeah,
There
for
could be
sure.
um, that underlining educational moment. Then that way,
Mm-hmm.
that might resonate with somebody. Be like, oh, maybe I'm saying this wrong. Let me just make sure, because some
Yeah.
people are scared to ask, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm just girl crazy. Anyway, we're gonna move along. But again, thank you for that book. Thank you, because I don't read a lot of this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so refreshing. Because to me, this is a palate cleanser. Because I was like, this is different. Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, with this being your first book, what have you learned about yourself during this process?
Ooh, I learned a lot, but I think the number one thing I learned is to stop being scared and just do it. Because it took me about 2 years to write this book because I would start and stop. Outside of just trying to learn the process of publishing for the first time was just a lengthy process, but I guess like going back and forth with myself of making sure that I'm telling the story correctly because I never want to offend anybody or doing research because a lot of it is from my own experience, but I also like to get feedback from other people. So I did have like a art, not art team, a beta team to get their perspective on, what does this look like outside of just like representation? Like, how does the story feel? So I think I wanted to make sure I got it right, but it came to a point where I'm like, you can only read this 1,000 times. You can't overly edit it. So I feel like I had to get over that hump, stop overthinking it, and just put it out there and just let it do what it's going to do.
Were you scared?
Hell yeah, I was scared. I was so scared. Like, I've been a writer since I was a child, and I used to be like a life coach. So I would put out like small ebooks, but this was like my first like full blown book. That's fiction. So I'm just like, are people gonna get down with what's going on in my head? Because that's literally like I was thinking about these characters for a long time, and I'm like, I hope these people like it. So I'm just trying to get used to other people seeing what's inside of my mind. So that's what I was really scared about was just like the consumption part of it.
Okay. I had a spin-off question and I lost it. What inspired you to write this particular book? As this particular book, I know we talked about it, touched on it, but what inspired you to write this book in the way that you wrote it? Like, okay, I got the biggest,
Mm-hmm.
I got I got the girls, and I got the chaos.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this book is well received? Because I think that it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it's well received. It was actually well received more than I thought. I think that's maybe because I underestimate myself in a sense. And me being a new author, I guess I was too scared of what the feedback was going to be because I think so much of like readership is on based off of readers. So I wanted to be well received. So I see a lot of like great feedback, which is awesome. But what really inspired me to put it out there was me trying to like when I first discovered like just sapphic romance in general, I didn't see a lot of like mafia romance because I love mafia and I love sapphic and I was searching for some. I found one book but I didn't see like black characters. So I made a post on TikTok like, are there any black lesbian mafia stories? Nobody really found any, and they were like, why don't you just write it? And I was like, I don't know. And I kept getting more comments. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write it. So that's what really inspired and kickstarted my journey to actually formulating the book, because I didn't see what I wanted out there, and people were like, just do it. You know, why not?
But you know what? That's a conversation we had earlier.
hmm
We were talking about book reviews,
hmm
how it was a particular review where she said, I'm giving it a 3 because I waited too long. 3 months was too long to wait for this book. And it wasn't that she didn't enjoy the book. She did enjoy the book. She gave it a 3 because she mad because she had to wait.
Oh no.
But do you care about reviews early in this game?
Yes and no. I'm kind of neutral, like, to be honest. So when I started off, based off of like what I saw other people do, I saw that reviews really carry your book because you want to get it out there, and because the publishing industry doesn't really support us at all. So especially being an indie author, you're relying on your own marketing skills, and a lot of times that's your community and your connection. So I really wanted to harp on using ARC reviews to push that narrative.
True.
But then I realized as in getting some low reviews that it kind of like had an attack at my self esteem a little bit. So I'm learning to approach it in a different manner. At first, I would say yes, I cared about reviews, but now I'm kind of just neutral about it because I'm understanding that reading is subjective. People are gonna rate it how they want to rate it. They have their own scoreboard. Like you said, the girl gave 3 stars because she, you know, felt like the book took too long. Me, I give a 5 star because I love the book and it made me feel something. So I just realized it differs from reader to reader, and if I get amazing reviews, that makes me feel good, and I'll use that for marketing if I can. And if I get negative reviews, thank you for reading. So I think my goal right now is just, if you read it, thank you for reading it. You liked it, you love it, you left a review, you didn't. I just appreciate that you picked up the book. So honestly, right now, I think I'm neutral about it, because you never know what you're going to get. So I kind of stopped looking at them for real, because sometimes it's really hard putting yourself out there and then seeing these reviews. You're like, okay, wait, I was just writing a book. So I'm kind of neutral.
What's the best advice you've received thus far to be as an author?
The best advice I received, just to put myself out there. Like early on in my journey, it's still early still, but like when I first my book published, people were just telling me, you just gotta tell people about it. You just gotta talk about it. Like I can do it on social media, but I think in person is a thing that I'm kind of like shy about. So just putting myself out there unapologetically and not being ashamed to say, hey, I wrote this book. This is what it's about. If you want to check it out, you check it out. If not, that's okay too. So just really just unapologetically being myself and sharing what I've written with the world, and not being afraid of the feedback.
Okay. Um, which character do you identify best with?
Which character? I would say Portia. This is outside of the toxic traits. So for me, I'm very like, so a lot of the relationship between Sage and Portia, like the romantic element, was inspired by my own relationship. And I'm kind of like the princess type, and my wife is very like, let me take care of you. So I'm kind of like the spoiled one in the relationship. So that's why I relate to Portia a lot. And I kind of am a little sassy. So outside of the drinking issues and stuff like that, like her personality and the position that she plays within their relationship, I find myself to relate more to her.
Okay, okay. How important? No, scratch that one. 'Cause I already asked it. With the current political climate, we got Wig and his cronies,
Mm-hmm.
and they're dead set on quieting black voices, let alone the voices that they just don't agree with.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the state of black literature, especially sapphic romance, uh, just romance in general? They don't want, what did I see? They didn't want us to shove transgender or sexual acts in books.
Hmm.
Just in general, just sexual acts in general, no less lesbian or gay relationships or transgender issues or challenges that they may have. They don't want to see that in books because
Yeah.
they're shoving it down their kids' throats. What's your thoughts on the political climate? Or are you scared for Black literature? Because again, we're not a monolith. We are
Hmm. Yeah.
all different.
Absolutely. I would say in the beginning I was because, of course, when you are entering like the author space, you want to be well received across the board, especially when we see like the trajectory before social media or before book talk has blown up. How authors make their living is, you kind of want to go the traditional publishing route and into the publishing industry. So when I had that mindset, I was a little nervous about it because I didn't think that it would be well received at all. But now that I'm going into like, I feel like Black Book Talk specifically has changed the trajectory of being an author within the Black community. So I think I'm no longer worried because I feel like we rally behind each other and push each other forward. Like I just left Black Romance Book Fest and the amount of love and support that came from there and just seeing all these events popping up. There's more Black publisher companies and literary agents. So I feel like we're moving our own pens forward that we don't need them because no matter what we do, they're not going to acknowledge us. And unfortunately, I think the fight relies within ourselves, us being our own advocates, because we don't need these publishers. If they do choose us, that's great. Just making sure they have, we have the great backing that we want. But I think we have to rely on our own community to push ourselves forward. And I think we have shown time and time again for these past few years that we can carry ourselves. We can sell out events. We can bring, authors to number one spot. Look at Jocko J. He's number one within 24 hours of crossing three. So I feel like we do this for the readers, and the readers support us regardless. I don't care to be mainstream acknowledged by white people, to be honest with you. So I do this for my community. So I think with that in mind, I don't care about whether it's well received by the public or not.
Do you care about being on bookshelves?
At this point in my career, not really. I think I just want people. I would love to be on bookshelves, whether it's in like a main store. But I think for me, it's important that I just give readers access to my books because they are limiting access to us. Whether it's they're defunding libraries and not a lot of Black-owned bookstores are getting their acknowledgement. So I just want to get it accessible. That's why it's important for me to put it on KU so that way they can access it at that level. And trying to get go to different book events to talk about my book. And I want to start working with like local bookstores in my area. So just really just getting in front of people and making it accessible to them.
Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. What is the proudest moment of your author journey?
What was the proudest moment? I would definitely say I got accepted into Chocolate City Book Fest on the Chocolate City, Book Fest in DC next year. So that is my biggest accomplishment. I'm so excited. This is my first book event as an author. So I am so excited. Like I'm really excited. So I think that's my biggest accomplishment because I haven't been in the game that long. And so for them to see something in me to accept me, I'm really excited to just have another family reunion with my people and be able to bring my literature to readers.
And that is the point.
Mm-hmm.
That is the point. Was it hard to write this book?
Yes and no. So I think it was easy to get my ideas on a paper, but I faced a lot of like blocks. There were so many times I'm like, I'm stuck here or I don't feel motivated to write. So I think my motivation was what really challenged me. So yeah, I think it was yes and no type thing, but I think now that I found my flow, I can really start cranking out some more books.
How do you combat writer's block?
I start working on something new or I take a break. So for me, I think what I've realized too, because I'm working on book 2, is trying to figure out why I'm stuck. So I was stuck at a particular scene because I think it made me uncomfortable to write. So I really needed to stop and kind of figure out why. Or if I'm at a stopping point and I feel like, okay, I'm bored, maybe I need to like go touch some grass because sitting in front of the computer all day can get very like draining. So just figuring out why I'm stuck and what I need to do to get unstuck. Maybe I need to start working on something new just to get that engine going again. But just really figuring out what the issue is and then just finding a solution.
I love that. I love that. Um, has being an author, a published author, always been the dream?
No, I feel like I stumbled into this, to be honest with you. Because I used to write for fun. Like I would write as a kid just to escape, write small stories. Then I wrote fan fiction just to talk about my favorite celebrities. And then I kind of stopped in college. I did used to do like fashion blogs, but I never thought myself of being like an author. If anything, it would be like a fashion journalist. But this was not on my bingo card at all. And then when I started reading again, still wasn't thinking about being an author. I just loved reading so much. And then when I realized, like, oh, maybe I can write this book, that's when I was like, okay. But I still didn't think I wanted to be like an author full time. But now that I see where the journey has taken me, I'm like, yeah, I really want to do this.
How does your family feel about you being an author?
Oh, they love it. Those are my number one supporters. They are running it up.
But have you settled into, I'm a published author?
No, it still feels unreal. It's crazy. It's only been a few months, and it's like, I don't know, to be honest, it's almost like a light switch went off. I feel like my life has changed so much after I put this book out that I haven't really had time to adjust. Like I've received so many opportunities and so much great feedback that it still hasn't settled in. And it probably won't until I'm at Chocolate City Lit Fest. And I'm just like, oh, this is real. Because it's not just online. Like, I'm really an author.
Stand up with your chest out. I'm an author.
I'm an author. It's not me signing books or packing them up. It's when I'm really there in real life. Yeah.
When you first saw your book cover, your physical book, and you saw your name on that cover, what was that like?
Oh, I was so emotional. I cried because I was like, what? This is crazy. Like really seeing everything that I worked so hard for to be tangible and in my hands was crazy. So very emotional, very grateful, very like, girl, you did that shit, because it's like really seeing, because a lot of times when we work hard, we don't see the tangible part of it, but seeing a book is like, wow, I did that. So I was proud.
Oh, did y'all have anything celebratory get together?
I wanted to, but it didn't happen.
Anything celebratory get together?
I wanted to, but it didn't happen because I feel like everything was happening so fast. I wanted to do like a launch party, but then I had other things going on. But I'm going to have my first book signing in September. So that's going to be like a late hoorah.
Okay. Well, congratulations on getting into Chocolate City, because first of all, not everybody got in.
Right.
What's the one thing you'll always include in your books?
Queer representation, because I feel like that's me through and through, and I think that's
needed.
Yeah, that's the piece of me that's always going to shine. And I think also like an element of healing, because I feel like the one thing I wanted to show is that love heals. Like, yes, I love a good, sex scene in a book, but I also want to show that love can actually bring more than that, because that's what I've learned on my own journey. So I think that'll be like something that's a common thread throughout my stories.
Okay. What are 3 things you have to have in order to write?
I need quiet time. I'm lying. I like lo-fi. So either either lo-fi beats that are really soft, or like being in a quiet room. I need some snacks, and I need my blue light glasses because looking at the computer for so long really hurts my eyes.
Okay. What would your readers be shocked to know about you?
What would be shocked to know? I don't know. What would be shocked to know? I don't know. I'm trying to think. That I want to dip my toe in like fantasy, I guess. Like
it don't have to be book related. It don't have to be book related.
that I'm kind of an introvert, I guess. Like,
No, that's not
no,
nothing.
no, not good
Give
enough.
me something else. Let me draw it out
I
of you.
don't know. I
That
don't
ain't
know
it.
anything
That's
like
not
juicy.
it.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I really
I'll
don't
give you
know.
something people will
Okay.
be shocked to know about me.
Okay.
Um, I low key hate going out. Um, Going out, especially when I'm the one who put it together.
And you regret it later. That'd be me.
It'd be wonderful when I think about it, but when the day comes, I low key do not want to go. Get somebody else to do it. I don't want to.
That is funny. I think for me, I mean, I hate to cook. Maybe that's the one. I hate cooking. I despise cooking, but I love to eat food.
That's your thing.
I'll come with all the ideas, but I'm not gonna make it. My wife will make it though.
I even though I can't cook,
Mm.
I only like cooking when I feel like it. So like if I know New Year's Day is coming and
Mm-hmm.
my house is all it's all wonderful, my house is clean, everybody is jovial, I don't mind cooking. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's chaos during the week, oh Jesus, no, I don't want to
No,
cook. No
that's
ma'am.
me. I'm a weekend cook. Like I don't mind cooking on the weekend because I have the energy. I can sleep in. But during the week, after I get off work, I don't want to do nothing.
I hear you. I hear you. Um, what other genres do you want to write in? You said fantasy. Any other genres?
Fantasy and kind of historical fiction because I'm really into like a mixture of like historical and fantasy because I'm really into like African
Ooh,
spirituality and like black girl magic and like witchy stuff. So I really want to like hone that in with like the historical folklore aspect of like hoodoo and African spirituality. So I kind of want to do that.
well, let me know because I want to read that.
I got
What
you.
what genre do you prefer to read in versus your writing? Because I know sometimes authors like to read a different genre than which they write.
Hmm. Actually, I love urban romance. Like that. That's my jam. Outside of that, I will say I really enjoy like erotica. Like I love erotica. Like, they gotta be fucking on the first page. Like
Okay.
that's it for me.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. So I'll put you on that one. Um, what's one word that describes you?
Very creative. I
Okay.
love to create, whether it's an experience, an adventure, a story, anything. I just love to create.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Name something everybody loves but you hate.
Everybody loves, but I hate. Hmm. Let me think. That's a hard one. Does it have to be bookish or can it be general?
Anything.
Um.
I just want readers to get to know you as
Yeah.
an author and
I
as a
don't.
person.
I don't like sweets. Like I hate cookies, cake. Your face. I don't like cookies, cake. I'm not a big sugar fan. I'm more like a salty, savory girl. And
Okay.
every time I say that, people do look at me like you do, like, girl, you
Yeah, I'm
crazy?
a whole listen. I just
Like,
listen. I don't know where did I put my little candy. Girl, the candy is gone. I had chips and candy. I like salty and sweet.
yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
I like popcorn with M and M's in it
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
and sweet. Or I like what was I eating? Something crazy. Them little gummy worms, the twin snake things,
Yes,
and
I like
and
those too.
and some Lay's potato chips.
Oh, that's a good combination. I'm gonna try that.
My taste buds be all over the place. So yeah.
Hey, ain't no wrong with that. You like what you like.
So yeah. Um, what hates What hates to see you coming?
What hates to see me coming? What hates to see me coming? Um, what
Mine is
hates?
a sweet potato pie.
Ooh,
It
I
hates
do
to
like
see me
it.
because I'm gonna eat that pie.
You know, what hates to see me coming? A court show, because I will watch it all day, every day. I
Ooh,
love court shows. hmm
really?
Yeah, right now I'm looking at People's Court, and like I have ADHD, so like when I pick one thing, one court show I'm gonna watch, I'm watching it for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So
Really?
yeah, I love court shows.
That is hilarious.
The old ladies.
Fill in the blank. Blank is life.
Blank is life. Food is life. I love food. I
What's your
love.
favorite food?
Oh, I have a list, but I love potatoes, like baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, French fries. I don't care.
Me too.
Any type of carb, like
I like
potatoes.
rice.
I love rice. Like it's bad.
Life is not right without potatoes and rice.
Okay, listen. That's my go-to with some chicken.
Okay, and fill in the blank. My pen is
My pen is lethal. Like, yep, I need to hype myself up. But yeah, it's lethal. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of work in progresses, and I'm so excited. I wish I could put it out there now, but it takes time.
do you read and write at the same time?
No, I cannot. So like I'm trying. Right now I'm trying. Right now I'm trying to get in the habit of it, but a lot of times if I'm reading that book all day. Every day. Like Watson 3 came out, I stopped and I listened to it all day at work. And I cannot write because I'm thinking about this book. But then when I write, I kind of need to like go in my cave and write. Or if I'm writing and reading at the same time, I can't read the genre that I'm writing because I don't want it to affect what I'm working on.
What authors are in your Kindle?
You said what's in my Kindle?
What authors are in your Kindle? Just what books are in your
Yes.
Kindle?
Jocko J, of course. That's my favorite author, along with right now I'm currently reading Where There's Smoke by Erica Alexander.
Okay, I heard this is good.
What else? I'm currently reading, it's actually over here and I'm thinking about it. It's called Pretty Girl County by Lakita. She's coming out with this book July 1st. It's like a YA romance. What else? I love Ten and Tails.
Okay.
I love ML Bash. Who else? I love Annie Davenport and Tati Richardson. So all black everything. For real, for real.
You must spit out the fire. Spit out the fire. If you can induct 3 authors to the Author Hall of Fame, who would you induct?
Definitely Jocko J. She's like top of my list right now because I'm eating up her series. I love Tati Richardson. I love all of her books, her series. Who else? It's so hard.
You got one more. Just one more.
Just one more. Just one more. I would definitely say Kennedy Ryan. She's like love her work.
Okay. If you can invite 5 authors or writers to dinner, who would they be?
Whew, okay. So probably the people that I named, Jocko J, Kennedy Ryan, Tati Richardson, what is it, ML Bash, and Aria Days. I love Aria Days too.
She's coming on tomorrow.
Ah, excited! I'm have to watch
I'm
it.
excited about that. I'm sorry. Hey. Somebody, I can say it's a cat or something. It's something outside that they losing their mind.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Where do you see yourself, the Monique Goode brand, in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years. Definitely a household name. Definitely like on some type of like I really want to have like retreats, like book retreats. So definitely doing something to that level, like combining the readers with the authors. I also love like teaching. So hopefully on that journey, I could also have like writer workshops or writer retreats because I feel like we need to have that space to like write because life can get chaotic. Definitely having at least 20 books out by then, and having a solid team and being an author full time and
Okay.
just like traveling the world.
I love that. I love that. I love it. Um, what advice would you give to other authors?
Just write the book, especially new authors. A lot of times we sit on these stories, we get scared. Just write the book. I promise you, it don't have to be perfect the first time. Write the book, and then you can come back to it. And don't be afraid to just take a chance on yourself.
Okay, okay. All right. You ready to pop your shit?
I'm ready to pop my shit.
How many projects you got coming out in 2025?
2025. So I have one. Do I have one more? It depends. I'm kind of behind on my timeline, but right now I do. I just have the Cure of Us that came out in March. I just released Roll the Dice, which is a sapphic strip club serial that takes place in Atlanta on Substack. So it's like an episodic series where episodes come out every Friday. So once that season one is done, I'm going to put that out as a book. So right now, so far, two. And I'm also working on two more projects that are coming out in 2026.
I'm writing a note because I need to go follow you on Substack if I haven't followed you yet.
Okay.
Because I'm new over there. New over
I
there.
love Substack.
Um. So you have how many events that you have coming up?
So right now I have Chocolate City Lit Fest and some other stuff I can't speak on right now. But there's other announcements that are coming out during the live.
When is that? What is that?
Oh, that one is April 25th, 2026.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be in the field next
The
year.
Storms thing?
Am I coming? Where you said?
The Storms event? Storm and Shamus, the Boozy Book Tour. You know they're having a Black Fantasy whole.
Yes, the Masquerade.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, my hope is to be there too in 2027. So I'm going to apply to that as well. So hopefully that
As you should.
Okay, if not, I'm gonna still be there because I love fantasy.
That is going to be lit. Like even
Yes.
if you're not a fantasy or a paranormal, a comic book, whatever it is, if you're not in that, right in that genre, but just to be in the space of these authors, it's going to be epic. I will be podcasting live.
Oh yes,
about that.
Yes.
As long as the Lord say I can go, I'm on my way. So, where can the folks find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at by Monique Goode, or here on TikTok at good.reads. Or you can go to my website, moniquegoode.com, where it has everything, my books, my social media links, and you can subscribe to my newsletter on Substack to keep up with me.
Perfect. What else? Do I have anything else to ask you before we leave here? And I'll pop my shit real quick. No, I don't. I thought I wrote down a question, but I guess I didn't. I can't find it, so we're not gonna worry about it. So let me pop my shit real quick, and then I'm gonna let you have your day. All right, so you guys know that season 1 of Pop Your Shit is ending on Monday. So I have tomorrow Aria Day. On Saturday I have Author Sunshine. And then on Sunday I have narrator D. Lewis. And then on Monday I have author C.M. Campbell, and then that will be the end of season 1 for Pop Your Shit for the summer. Season 2 will start on, I'm sorry, I thought I was prepared and I'm not. Season 2 will start on September 21st. So hopefully you'll be back for season 2.
Yes.
Just so we can hear about all the things, the wonderful things that you're doing. So we could, because I love to follow up. So we have season 2 starting in September. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram, Substack, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, YouTube, especially YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Um, I'm under booked and busy. Everything is booked and busy. The way you see it right here is the way it's on everything. Um, please like and subscribe YouTube. Um, you guys know I have a PR company. So I help with art teams, street teams, and marketing plans and PR issues, related issues. So if you have issues or you need my assistance in can't talk, consultations, I can speak, I promise. Please inbox me or email me. It's booked and busy. That's spelled here at gmail.com. That's my email. Um, Events that I will be attending. I, me, will be attending. I know there's a lot of events, but this is where I'm going for sure. Boozy Book Tour Chicago. I will be there October 17th through the 19th. I will be podcasting live. Whatever I do after that is not Nicole, it's my alter ego, and mind your business. Okay? We'll go on to Chicago, we'll stay in Chicago. Boozy Book Tour Las Vegas. I will be there February 27th through March 1st. Again, I will be podcasting live. It will be a time. Make sure you guys are getting your tickets for Chicago. I think they have Virginia next in July. If you're Arlington, Virginia in July, then Chicago in October, and Las Vegas in February. So make sure you guys get your tickets. I will be hosting the Cali Authors Converse and Denim Book Takeover.
Ooh.
That will be in Los Angeles, California, April 24th and 25th. A time will be had. Again, mind your business. But after the event, mind your business. I'm going to be outside. And then I'm giving my first event. I'm giving the Napa Book and Wine Tour. This will be taking place in the Bay Area. So Oakland, San Francisco, a time will be had. We're drinking wine. Lots of wine because we'll be in Napa Saturday and Sunday all day. Friday night, we will have a tennis shoe ball and hopefully a guest speaker. On Saturday, we were having a Jersey and Jordan party. So wear your jerseys and wear your Jordans. A time will be had. There will be lots of prizes and hopefully some food. Not this stuff. It will be some food. And on Sunday, we will be having brunch in downtown Napa. We'll be visiting Brown Estates, which is the only Black winery in Napa. So we will got to make sure you guys stop by there. And then there's a Black owned wine store is in downtown Napa. Make sure you stop by there. And that's it. So that is September 4th through the 6th of 2026. So more details to come. All these events are tentative. Everything will be solidified hopefully by September 1st. And I'll be making announcements with registration and all of that. What else? The businesses I support. Black Girl Tired Book Talk. Y'all know Storm is my girl. Make sure that you guys follow Storm on all her social media platforms. Her Substack is off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
When I Storm can write her ass off, she can write her ass off. So make sure you follow Storm on her YouTube for her interviews as well as IG. Make sure that you're following the Literary DFW. Shannon is an online bookstore. Make sure you get your books in her online bookstore. Okay? Because when Shannon sent out a book that you buy from her, she sent it out. It is so beautiful. It's got pictures and all kind of stuff. Yes. It goes down in Shannon's bookstore. I mean, it's beautiful. If you're looking for a subscription subscriptive, I can't talk, subscription based book, and you want to get the book, spend a night with a book box.
Okay.
Oh my God, it is so beautiful. The book box looks like a Hermes bag.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's a box. It has a purse, and she has the little ribbon on it. It's tied on it. It is so beautiful,
Mm.
and it comes with lots of goodies inside. It comes if you get option three, you get that toy, and that toy might wear you out. I'm just saying.
Okay, let me
I'm just
find
saying.
out.
Just saying. If you're looking for loose leaf teas, the Urban Tea Room. Natalie is such a beautiful person. She will your make your characters into teas. So if you like them Delgados, she got a book box for
I
them.
saw that.
Oh my God. And that tea is something the Capone one is so good.
Ooh.
So good. Um if you're looking for sweets, the Rita Baker. Let me tell you something about Erica. Eat sweets. Oh my God. All their links are in my bio. So if you could click onto my link tree, you can click onto their link. It'll take you directly to their pages. Those cookies are so soft, good, and buttery. I know you don't like cookies, but if somebody do,
Sound good.
that is just, listen, it's something. If you're looking to get your book sprayed, Jess from the Bibliophile Boutique. Oh my God, those books are beautiful. So when you finish your series, have her spray your series.
Oh yes, I think I see some of her stuff on
Yeah.
Instagram. This looks so good.
Beautiful work. And if you're looking for someone else to do art teams and marketing and PR and stuff, Jess is your girl. If you don't trust me and you like Jess, my friend say her. As long as you have some representation. Because sometimes I feel like we need representation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for a good ass editor, bomb ass editor, let me tell you something about my little baby sis, Tylee.
She doing it out here.
She is doing the business. Plus
Yes.
him three, she edited that.
Yes.
Brianna Michelle, she edited her. It's a whole bunch of people that she didn't edit it. So make sure y'all hook up with her, authors. And if you're looking for a book club, I'm talking about a real organic love for books. The books we love to discuss, girls. Let me tell you something about that book club. The only rules are you must love the books. You must love books. Okay? And no drama. That's it.
Period.
All the links are in my bio. Y'all feel free. Please tag in. Tell them I said, hey, I'll be back with them next week. Okay? And that's it for me today. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for indulging me in this conversation. Because, girl, I'll be having questions. I'll be like, okay, hold on. Let me just make sure that I ain't the only one.
It's okay. I love to talk. So any questions, I'm happy to answer. Thank you so much.
And please, please come back again.
I will. I definitely will, especially season 2.
All right, y'all. Good night and
Have
happy
a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.